Am I pretty?
You are the most beautiful girl in the whole world.
I believe I can prove that everything is connected, that it's all part of the same subject.
Who writes your dialogue, Superman?
If you ever ask me that question again, you will not wake up the following morning.
I'm pregnant. Is this for real? Like for real, for real?
When you bring me out, can you introduce me as Joker?
You think this is funny?
This is a crime scene. I got the press downstairs.
Who are you?
Kick-ass.
I am a Baggins of Baggin.
The most advanced cyborg weapon ever created.
So this is quite the welcome party.
Captain Industry.
Forrest Gump.
Mrs. Doubtfire.
Little Miss Sunshine?
Boogeyman? He was the one you sent to kill the fucking Boogeyman.
You're lying.
But I've been in Jumanji.
Are you talking about a time machine?
No. No, of course not. No, not a time machine.
Are you telling me that this sucker is nuclear?
I don't know who you are. I don't know what you want. I will find you, and I will kill you.
You can't go on behaving like this.
Well, I do hope that super long intro didn't tire you all out. Hello there, everyone! I'm joined tonight, as we discuss the new Masters of the Universe movie, by Andy from Excelsior's Domain, Dave from Toy Slice,
hello,
and LeeLee from Here's LeeLee. Both of the latter are from Toy Me, Toy You.
Indeed.
Fighter Cosmic Toys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How are we, chaps?
We're doing all right, I think.
Right.
Well, I'm doing all right.
We've already got someone there and waiting. Hello, Dave. Another Dave. So, guys, when did you go see the Master of the Universe?
Saturday afternoon at 4:30 p.m. in Halifax, sir.
Halifax, okay. That's yesterday. Dave?
Right.
I went on Wednesday evening during the Cosmic Council, as you well know.
Oh, no, look at that. Lee, when did you go see
you.
Lee, when did you go see it?
I went on Sunday evening at 1 p.m.
That was today.
Good stuff. That's today, yes, that's today.
Hello, them hamsters, them bloody hamsters.
We've got Ed here as well. We've got Ed. The new and improved Cosmic Council. I don't know about that. And Buford's with us as well. I don't know whether or not... I will try to keep up with the chat tonight, but obviously tonight we've actually got a dedicated topic that's... I'd like to hear your thoughts on it if you've seen it. We're not going to be talking spoilers for the first half an hour. When we do start talking spoilers, I'll throw this up so that everybody knows, and they can piddle off if they don't want to know, and I'll leave it up in the corner of the screen as well until we've ended. Okay, so for now, you're safe. You're safe. We're not going to be talking spoilers. Okay?
As long as I can filter my brain and mouth interface enough, yes, that's fine.
Yeah, that's the problem, isn't it?
On Sunday evening, that's a bit of a tall order, but
it does take some degree of thought and caution to not just blurt something out once you've actually seen the thing.
Right.
Dave, I've got to ask you, was there enough loincloth in this for you?
There was sufficient loincloth to satiate my desires, yes.
Can I just say that there appears to be a shelf behind Dave there that has had a bit of an upgrade or changes?
Yeah, I thought for the evening I'd put a bit of MOTU up behind me, since that's what we're talking about.
I hadn't seen that. Yeah, I can see that.
One He-Man figure. He's back. Look, one He-Man figure. That's it.
So,
good. On a box.
Excellent.
You've been washing them, Lee.
There's only there's not prepared toilet, isn't there? Okay.
Keep your loincloths clean. Come on.
Well, I'm wearing a loincloth. It's underneath my jeans, though, so you can't see it.
For which we're all grateful.
Yes, coming up to bother.
Can we just start off by giving it the film? Do we give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down?
A thumbs up.
Thumbs up. Lee? Yeah. Is Is it a thumbs up from Lee as well? Excellent. That's good stuff. That's good, is that? That's positive. Positive cinema.
So that wraps up our live stream on the He-Man film for the evening.
Ed's not staying because he's expecting to hate it, so we'll go and see it in private.
I'm expecting Ed to hate it too.
There's certainly elements that I expect Ed.
I think that Ed will hate the fact that he can't hate it. Ha 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 ha.
It is like, there was one scene that's not necessarily got any. I don't consider this a spoiler either, but there's a certain scene towards the end of the film when they're sort of like building everything up ready for the final battle, and a certain song kicks in. And I found myself welling up that they'd managed to get this singer to be a part of this film. And I was just like, yes! So well done! Yes! So, yeah, I think it was one hell of a roller coaster of a film myself.
It was. Like any film, not without its flaws. And I'm sure once we get into the spoilery section, we might mention some bits that we weren't so keen on.
Yeah.
But my overall feeling was one of not being disappointed, and I'm feeling positive about what I saw and entertained.
Very good. Very good.
Can I hold forth for a moment, if that's all right?
Mm-hmm.
Hold forth.
Yes, as in talk to people without interruption. So I went to see this because basically Gareth held a virtual gun to my head and said, "You need to go and see this." You're being stupid. Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
You said
I was going to see Mando and He-Man. You went
Mando and He-Man, and I said, if you only see one, make sure it's He-Man.
That's what he said. Yes, but generally speaking, I was taking your excitement factor as accreditation for the film. So I hadn't really sort of delved into it. I'm not the world's biggest watcher of He-Man. I am aware of the mighty hero. I said to my son, this is the interesting bit for me in part. I said to my son this afternoon, I went to see He-Man yesterday. No reaction. What's that? I said it's a sort of kind of like a superhero film. He was like, oh right, never heard of him. So I was like, ooh, interesting. Generational gap there, kids. So, because obviously he grew up in a generation which saw if he'd Netflixed it, he might have seen a cartoon of it at some point, but he wouldn't have had the historical background to seek it out, whereas he would for Power Rangers and stuff like that. So it's quite interesting. It skipped his particular zone of generation, if you like, if that makes sense. And I was sat in the cinema, and I was there promptly because I couldn't get in even early enough to see a bit of Mando. They wouldn't let me. Basically, I couldn't get a ticket. So I wandered around town for a bit, and then came back and sat in. So I was there very, very promptly before the 4:30 start, and the cinema seemed incredibly quiet initially, and I went, "Oh dear, this is not a good sign." It's a rainy grey day. These kids literally shouldn't have anything much better to do, so why are they not in the cinema? To come and see this because first weekend. But as time went on, it did start to fill up, and it wasn't just middle-aged oldies like me. Kids did arrive, and the kids were quite giddy, and I had a kid right behind me, so it was quite funny. Because at times he was basically shouting out comments like "Wait, you're not worthy" like this, and he was properly into it, which was lovely. I didn't mind it at all. And on my right hand side, interestingly, I had someone who I think was hard of hearing, and her partner sat next to her was immediately to my right. So every now and again, I was getting all this sort of like sign language stuff going on next to me. So I was like, I can't decide if it's a good thing or a bad thing. I think he was trying to describe the music to her or something. Okay. So it was a very sort of curious sort of experience all around. But the kid behind me was definitely into it. And there was a bit at the end where we were sort of stood up and we were starting to leave. And I sort of turned around and actually said, "I know who that is. It's." And so I had to give him a bit of explanatory, you see, at the end there. And his mum was like looking at me going, "What are you doing?" It's like, "I'm old," I said. So, but it was nice though, because it was nice to see that a few kids were there. And I was excited for for you, Gareth, in a sense, because, well, hang on, I'll get there. Because I felt like the kids might actually go out and buy the toys off the back of it, because they started the whole thing with a toy advert.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, like an old school toy advert, like from the 80s, with the figures doing all that with up close, with a sort of, you know, proper fake landscape, but, you know, not a CGI landscape. It was all just, you know, sort of bish bash bosh with the toys, which I thought was terrific, because I thought, I can't decide if they're doing this for real or if it's actually a bit of a callback gag thing. But it was, I think it was genuinely a toy advert. Thank you, Lee.
Thank you for that demonstration, Lee.
Yeah. So so I was generally quite sort of touched by the fact that there were that many kids in there who seemed to be genuinely enjoying it and into it, even though it wasn't something they would have grown up with. I can only assume that some middle-aged dads had pulled them in and said, "Look, you're going to like this because I'm going to make you like it because I'm dad," you know. So it's sort of, they'd made a family outing to the cinema, and the dads had used it as an excuse to go and see He-Man, basically. But you know, more power to them. But I thought they handled the actual film itself incredibly well. I thought the pacing was really good. I thought the way in which they handled it was clever. And I made the mistake of watching one of these, like a YouTube short before I saw it. I saw maybe one. And it was this woman who was complaining that like they hadn't used the character names enough or early enough. And I'm thinking, did you watch the same film as I just watched?
Yeah, there's
there's a really obviously clear, well explained
the way they use the
why.
Yeah. No,
Anyway,
I actually really liked what they did with the whole naming aspect. It turned those silly, stupid names into something that just makes perfect sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I like that. I'm just going to address something that Buford's popped up here. He says, whilst he's happy that we're doing this stream, he thinks that we should have done one for Mando, which perfectly fair and perfectly valid. The only reason that we're doing this is because we've all been to see this, and that's why we're doing it. I don't think any of us have been to see Mando.
No. I was planning to, but the traffic killed me yesterday.
Yeah.
It really did.
And he's also setting that. The problem is that Gareth has already decided that Mando is poop, just like he complained people would do with this one. I haven't said it's poop. I said it belongs on Disney Plus, which is where it was originally being made for, and I will watch it when it comes on Disney Plus. And I
haven't drawn any conclusions about Mando because I haven't even watched the series in the first place.
There we go. Lee, what did you think of the film? Without any spoilers, please.
Think carefully.
I thought it was all right. I thought it was great. I think it was great. I love the way, like I said, I love the way they did the names. I love the way how they did the Earth part. I think that was perfectly reasonable and fine, great. And Skeletor's ace. I love Skeletor. I can see why Gav's a big collector of Skeletor. I think Janet Leigh will do a very good job of that.
A fun fact about him, you know, I didn't know this going into it, but I've read since. In fact, his effects, only his head is CGI. The rest was actually proper practical bodysuit. So it wasn't CGI. Which
There has been a behind-the-scenes picture of him, and he put some fake blood on his face for the benefit of the other actors to help it become more real.
That sounds.
But he was wearing the whole suit. Other than that, yeah.
Yeah, cool.
They obviously ran out of silicone. You know where the nipples are. No, I personally had a blast with it. I thought it was really.
They weren't posable enough.
There were no posable nipples. No. Mario says that he agrees with Ed. I'm not sure what it is that Ed said that Mario agrees with. But hello, Mario.
It may be along the lines of haters going to hate, basically. I don't know, but
I'm contractually obliged to like this film. Issues brought me the missus bought me these socks, so I kind of have to. Right, fair enough. There we go.
I can see how some people might not like the film.
Right.
I think it's going for a specific audience, really, primarily, which is the people that grew up watching the Filmation cartoon and have a real affection for it. That's definitely the primary target audience, and that's me.
Yeah.
So yes, although it wasn't a perfect movie, it felt very nostalgic to me, and I liked it for that reason. But I can appreciate why others might watch it, and perhaps they feel more attached to a different part of the franchise that came later, or the comics or something like that, and they might be the ones that would enjoy it less. I don't really have a sense of how it would land with a general audience.
Okay.
More than my friend Gav, who is the guy who we had on Toy Me Toy, who was obsessed with Skeletor, took his son to see it and said his son absolutely loved it.
Excellent. Well, Mario is saying that the film was not good. He didn't like the film. Fair enough. Fair enough.
It does. I think it does very much depend on what expectations you have going into it. It was done in a particular way that I think assumes a certain familiarity with the characters going in.
Yeah.
So if you don't have that familiarity, you're probably going to find it a bit odd in places. Because it is. You know, if you're coming to it completely cold. If you've got even a smattering of knowledge of the He-Man cartoon, you'll get far more out of it. But I mean, to my mind, this might be a very bold statement to make, I think it's the best Marvel film that Marvel have never made.
You thought it was a Marvel-esque film. Okay.
Well, I think it's very Marvel-esque, actually. It has that feel. It has the level of quality feel that I think Marvel films typically have. And yet, I think, I'm not sure if Lee mentioned this in the chat at some point, but I actually thought that some of the creature effects weren't as epic as they could have been. But partly, I wondered if that was actually intentional. Because I wondered if they were trying to go for a slightly more cartoony, ethereal sort of look to it, rather than going hyper real with it, if that makes any sort of sense.
I would agree that I think there was a deliberate effort based on what the movie was, but also on an interview I watched with Travis Knight talking about how he approached the movie. Definitely, I feel like it was made to be a cartoon, but in live action.
Yeah, live action cartoon.
Yeah.
I think that as well. And I think it comes across as that. I do think it comes across as that. Sideswipe Corner thinks the film was brilliant, and Dave has no idea now who to trust.
So what I would say is it feels in a sense like it's a movie out of time. Like it's an 80s movie that's been made now. Mm-hmm. It's bright, it's campy, it's silly, it's kind of takes the mick out of itself quite a lot.
Yes.
It feels, and I think we live in an age where a lot of content now is darker and grittier, and I think that's what a lot of people enjoy. And this isn't that. It's like a lot of people love the Nolan Batman. I enjoyed it well enough, but it certainly wasn't my favourite Batman. I much preferred the Keaton Batman. Mm-hmm. And I think it's not that either one's a bad movie, is it? It's that different people like different things. Mm-hmm. So, you know, there are going to be people who don't like this movie, and there are people who do like this movie, and that's just the way it is.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to very strongly agree with everything you've just said, Dave. For me, it had a vibe. I think because of the time that I associate it with. For me, it had sort of Dark Crystal, Labyrinth. You know, all of those things were I was getting all of those. You know, all those sorts of feelings were coming to me. Flash Gordon, absolutely, absolutely. Flash,
agreed.
Reasons, Flash Gordon, all sorts of stuff. you know, and I can't wait for the spoilery bits because I'm just going to shut the hell up at this point. But it's so close. But yeah, lots and lots of very, very clever callbacks, which, despite it being resolutely set in a modern era, it was simultaneously giving me like Goonies vibes and all sorts of that level of sort of silliness and kind of adventure, heroic-y stuff, you know, without ever losing sight of the fact that it was there to entertain rather than being a nostalgia fest. Because it was entertaining. You know, I was entertained, but there was also little bits of pathos and stuff in there, and just, you know, out and out comedy and some good action sequences. You know, the action sequences were good. They were solid. They weren't. Oh, you know, they weren't ridiculously over the top.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I bought into it. I did genuinely bought, and I could see why the kids were loving it. Absolutely, I could. You know, because they had some great set pieces.
Well, I find it interesting that there's kids that have no connection to the original Masters of the Universe that still love it. My two kids, I mean, they're not really kids anymore now. They're 15. Yeah. They turned 15 last month, and they sat there. They were laughing along with it. They were cheering with it. They were just out and out schoolgirls, giggling through an awful lot of it, and you know exactly which bits I'm referring to if you've seen the film, because they're teenage schoolgirls. But they loved it. They loved it. They went in saying, "Oh, this will be great for you, Dad. You're going to love this," and they came out saying they loved it, and I thought that was brilliant.
And that's a success all round.
Yeah,
it means they've got both demographics. That's a hard thing to call.
Definitely is. I mean, I think it's going to be hard to get that demographic to go in on their own. You know, they're going to go in with parents like
family.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Although a couple of the jokes, maybe not quite so family.
Well, it did say at the start there was a warning for mild innuendo at the start, so you know you were forewarned. Yes.
I wasn't expecting oral sex jokes.
You say a warning. I read that as a promise.
I didn't quite carry on Masters of the Universe, but there were definitely some things there. I'll tell you where I was coming at going into this, because I've never been the biggest Masters of the Universe fan. I've never read a comic. I watched the first 2 or 3 episodes of 2000X, enjoyed it, and intended to go back to it and never did. I've probably seen somewhere between 5 and 10 episodes of the old Filmation classic cartoon series. So not a lot when you think about how many there are. And I always thought that it had great potential to be a massive science fiction fantasy movie franchise, and I don't think we ever got it. That said, I've always liked the 87 movie with Dolph Lundgren. Yes, I've always said that. And it's out there. Everybody knows that he does have an appearance in the film. I won't talk about what the appearance is until we hit spoilers. But I was originally very, very disappointed with who his appearance was as, because I really wanted him to be someone else, but that's on me.
Didn't you? Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
I laughed to myself actually when I saw him on screen. I thought, this is not what Gareth thought was going to happen.
But his parting line, I almost stood up and cheered and fist bumped the air. Yeah. So take that any way you want it. Lee, you've been quiet. Is there anything about this film you didn't like that you can reveal without giving any spoilers away? We can't just gush.
No, nothing there is actually.
No?
I didn't go in. I went in not as, oh yes, this is the film I really want to see. I went in to see it's a film that I know a lot of people that I'm going to be talking to are going to be watching. So it's a film that I think I probably would enjoy watching it. I'll give it a go. And I think because of that, because I didn't have a high expectation for it, I wasn't really let down. And like, I can't think of anything off the top of my head that I didn't like.
Very good, very good. Dave?
There was one specific character that I've seen some criticism of on social media, suggesting that the person who played the role was the wrong choice. I don't think that was the case, but I don't think that their character was one of the ones that was well developed within the story. And I don't think the costume choices that were made for the character were the right ones. You may know who I'm thinking about, you guys now.
I've got an idea.
So when we go into spoilers, I will reveal all. But yes, that was one thing. Also, sometimes it did feel like it went a little bit too much, taking the mick out of itself.
Okay.
Like it could have... Like it didn't feel insincere. I appreciated some of the self-effacing stuff. But I felt in the end, perhaps the sense that maybe it was slightly overdone.
Okay.
I don't know. This is based on a single viewing, of course.
Yeah,
you know.
There were a couple of scenes, I think, at points where I was going, I feel like I'm missing an in-joke here. You know, it was almost as if they'd left an out as like a goof reel element in it on purpose, and I wasn't getting it. Does that make sense?
All right. I think so.
I can speak to that in about 4 minutes and 30 seconds or so.
Everyone's desperately waiting for the spoilers.
Yeah. Release the spoilers.
There were two story elements that they did with two characters that I did not like at all. In fact, I started feeling myself getting a little bit angry at the beginning of the film, thinking they've done it. They've done it again. They're doing the typical Hollywood thing where the dad has to be a nasty piece of work. And
that one, yeah.
Yeah, and they end up doing not nasty for the second one, but a waste of space type thing. But both of them are resolved in the story.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and one of them, I can actually, when we get to the spoiler of it, I can be like, well, maybe it's not quite how it was portrayed on screen. Because of how that part of the story is told.
But you've gone a smidgen muffled for me.
Have I gone muffled?
Now you're fine.
All right. Dave said
fine.
I'm all good. We're all good, are we? So yeah, again, we'll get into the spoilers. What did everybody think of the music?
Good.
I really enjoyed it.
I love the music.
Yeah, I thought the soundtrack throughout very good. There was the song that was done by The Darkness. We've discussed before, haven't we?
Yes.
Now, when I listened to that before on YouTube,
yeah,
I was like,
doesn't work.
Don't know about this, but actually listening to it over the credits, I quite enjoyed it.
Yes, it works. In context, it really works. Yeah.
And can we just say that I believe, because I think I checked when I got home, because I suspected there was an end credit that I missed, and indeed I did, because everyone else in the cinema walked, and I thought someone here would know. Someone else here who wants to see this film more than I did will know if there's another credit here. But everyone left, so I was like, so I went as well. So
I told you to wait until the very, very end.
So there are 3 credit scenes. One at the start of the credits, one in the middle, one right at the end after you've watched through 1,000 names. Now, I would say the first one absolutely stay for, because it's right after the movie, so why wouldn't you? And it's good, it's fun. The other 2, I think probably it doesn't really matter if you sit through the credits to watch them. You'll be able to find information about them online.
It's already online.
Yeah. It's like they didn't really show anything meaningful, did they? It's just like a quick.
Yeah.
Which I thought was actually very.
It was just more setting up for the next one.
You could read a comment on Facebook saying what was in that, and you'd know what it is for those second 2. Yeah.
Dave's here. Hello there. Hello, Dave. Andy's mic sounds a bit quiet.
Oh, my mic sounds a bit quiet. Yeah, Andy's mic is trying to muffle another sound which people have been found irritating.
Quite clear to me. Sound quite clear to me, Andy.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll try and remain in proximity to it.
We're very, very close to that 30-minute mark now. So if you want to start thinking about what it is you really want to say. I know you're all waiting to just blurt it out. Before we do go into it, though, does anybody want to give it a score out of 5 or out of 10 for what they think that this film is worth, just for those that want to turn off when the spoilers hit?
Shall I give a score out of 5 and then Andy can give a score out of 10? Shall we pick a scale first?
Go for it. Whoever goes first picks the scale.
Go on, Andy.
I'm going to give it 8 out of 10.
Lee, what do you think?
Yeah, I'll probably go with Andy 8 out of 10.
Do you know, I'm going to agree. 8 out of 10. I think it's solid. Yeah.
Wow.
We're so controversial.
Yeah.
Yeah, clean across the board, an 8 out of 10. That's what I'd already given it that the other night last night, night before, whenever I saw it. That's what I gave it. So yeah.
It's a shame really that we haven't got any dissenting voices on the stream.
Isn't it just? I was kind of hoping that Lee would have been like, no, I thought it was shit.
Oh, come on, I know. But happy.
Lee's going to dock a point because there were no black primes in it. So
yeah. That's why it didn't get 10, because there was no black primes.
Give over. Deer Hunter is an 8 out of 10. I've never seen Deer Hunter. Never seen it. Okay, enjoy your chat, guys. He's going to go now, is Buford, because we're going to be getting into spoilers. What did I just say? That's right. I said spoilers.
We need like an award.
Time to ruin everything.
Yeah. So you've had your warning, guys. I expect to see those viewing numbers drop unless you've already seen the film. Go on then. Who wants to go first?
So that part when E-Man got naked, that was a summit, wasn't it?
I love the sword upgrade. I thought that was really cool. It lights up and everything.
Yeah. When the Thundercats showed up, bloody hell, I wasn't expecting them.
But I don't need the sword because I have the power.
Oh, Dave's staying. I'm surprised. Well, they've been joking so far. There's no Thundercats.
No, there's an animal. There's a beast.
Yeah, there's no Thundercat. He got naked. No Thundercat.
Oh, maybe I was just dreaming. Oh no, that was red, white, and royal blue. That's right.
I actually haven't seen that. You'll be surprised to know.
I am surprised, Dave. I am surprised. Okay.
I'm aware of it, but I haven't seen it.
I'm going to get into the bits that I didn't like.
His muscles do get pumped up, though.
Yeah, the bits I didn't like. I mean, it starts off at the beginning with He-Man, Prince Adam, telling the tale of his final days in Eternia before he's sent to Earth. And it's all while he's training with Man-at-Arms to become a big, strong, muscly soldier. But because he's the runt of the litter, he's a little tiny kid, and they put him in with a load of bigger kids who he obviously can't stand up against, he always gets knocked on his arse. And his father, King Randor, apparently doesn't love him quite so much because he's a weakling, he's a wimp, he's a wuss, and he takes to beating him with a sword in front of all his classmates to try and make some kind of point. And it paints a really, really sour image of King Randor, does this. And this is the bit that I started getting quite angry at very early on, because I was like, why are you doing this again? We all know that King Randor loves his kids. He always has done, always will do. And it was disappointing to see them going down that route. But as the film progressed, I was like, well, you know what? This is Prince Adam telling this story 15 years later. And perhaps, in a lot of cases in real life, his memory's a little bit clouded and he's only remembering standout moments. And his dad might not have been quite that bad. And then when they do reconnect later on, and you can see the physical joy and love on his father's face at having seen him again, I was like, yeah, I'm glad I started thinking like that, because it might not be there in between the lines, but I was able to put it there. Go on, Andy.
Can we just address the fact that he killed his dad?
I never said that.
But did he, though? I mean, I know it was an accidental kill.
Yeah, he killed his dad. That was actually part. This is one of the reasons why I forgive it. It's part of his hero's journey.
It is, in the sense that it's a part of him learning that with the power, he has to exercise a degree of caution in how he uses it.
Don't you say it. You can't say that.
Yeah.
That was great.
No, but it's that if he just lets go and doesn't control it,
Excellent, Guardian.
then it's dangerous. Yeah.
Glad you liked it. Glad you liked
it. Lee had a point there. Hang on.
Hey?
Do you want to come in, Lee?
Yeah. Hello. Yeah, it's not a Marvel film, Dave, so you can't say with great power comes great responsibility. Because
I didn't.
I know you didn't, but we just wanted to make sure you didn't say it. We just want to make sure that no one on the stream says with great power comes great responsibility. But it's not a Marvel film.
Yeah.
So don't you be saying with great power comes great responsibility.
All right, you can shut up now.
That's the royalties coming to you, Lee. That's fine.
And moving on from that one thing that I didn't like to the only other thing that I didn't really like was they doubled down on this, because the only other father that we see on screen is Man-at-Arms, and they do something very similar with him. He gets an arse kicking at the beginning of the film, and 15 years later we find that he never got over it in 15 years and became a raging alcoholic that would rather puke everywhere than actually do what he needs to do and try and make amends for himself, until he learns to do it from his very strong female daughter. They didn't get Teela wrong in this, though. I will give them that. They didn't get Teela wrong. But yeah, he does get his redemption, and that's why I let them off with it. But those were the two things that I found disappointing. So
on the Randor thing, I didn't actually mind that at the start.
Did you not?
Because in the sense that as parents, you always try to do the best for your kids, but you don't always get it right.
Yes, yeah.
And he's coming from a background of, basically leading this nation, and in a time of war, essentially. Like, there's always conflict going on Eternia. Yeah. And so you can understand then why his values are strength is important, physical strength is important, and he's trying to kind of assert that on his son to protect him.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. They do get a good bit of a good bit of forgiveness from me when they then follow it up with him helping his son and his wife escape during the attack. There's obvious care there. There's obvious concern and love. So I let them off with that one. But it's still, at the time, it was a little bit, oh God, don't do this.
Yeah. My only thing with the Randor thing was when there was the accident and Randor died.
Okay.
He-Man immediately sort of started engaging in a lengthy dialogue whilst there was still an imminent threat.
Yes.
which did feel a bit like, oh, what's going on here? That was the moment where I sort of, I kind of stopped suspending my disbelief for a little bit.
I agree. I was kind of wondering, it's like, why hasn't Skeletor stabbed him yet? Why hasn't he used some magic on him yet to turn him inside out? Why hasn't he hit him over the head with his staff? Oh, he's just hit him over the head with his staff now. It took a while, though, didn't it?
I think I'd assumed that Skeletor was also under the rubble somewhere, because they were stood together when the ceiling came down. So I didn't actually notice that he'd zipped off.
No, there's quite a gap between them. There's quite a gap between them, yeah. Krusty Dave is saying that he wasn't expecting Man-at-Arms to hit the source. and Mario was saying that Skeletor sounds like he's Jack Sparrow. I haven't.
Interesting.
pinged that one, to be honest with you. I quite like.
Yeah, I didn't get that at all.
No, I quite like the voice. I was trying to place.
Johnny Depp could have played.
Yeah, I was trying to place where I'd heard that voice, but I don't think it was Jack Sparrow. It certainly didn't sound like Gerard Leto, though. Best role that Gerard Leto has ever done.
And you can't tell it's him at all.
It's like Hugo Weaving in Transformers, isn't it? So, Andy, what didn't you like?
Didn't I like? I found the Prince character quite irritating at the start, but then I remembered he's supposed to be bloody irritating. That was the whole point in the cartoon. He was supposed to be a namby-pamby wussy because he was complete alter ego as compared with He-Man. I think that here I don't actually see there being a massive distinction between the two in this version. Because I think He-Man is still Prince Adam, and he's not as experienced as the He-Man that we've seen in the cartoons, where perhaps he is a far more mature figure, and he's intentionally putting on an alter ego as the Prince. I mean, I thought it was clever how they sort of, they put him in pink and white like all the time. It's like just to drill it home that this is what he's supposed to be, like the cartoon. And but then I love the fact that now hang on, can someone just correct me or tell me if I'm going nuts here? Was the white-faced lieutenant in Skeletor's army the same white-faced lieutenant as was in the Masters of the Universe film with Dolph Lundgren in it? I'm sure I've seen that bloke before. Was he not the same?
I think it was. I don't really remember the Dolph Lundgren movie that well because it's been some time, but I think it was. Yeah.
I think it was the same character. I thought they've never done that. I don't think he ever says a word. He's just there for comic relief and to get thwacked about by He-Man a bit, but he's definitely very prominent. And I just thought, I'm sure that is, isn't it?
And, do you mean character or do you mean actor?
I mean character, as in there's a white.
Yeah. What was his name? I can't remember.
Blade.
No.
Blade.
Karg. Or
Karg is the one with the hook. He licks the hook in the new film.
Yeah, with a whitish face.
Well, it's more like a Klingon face, to be fair.
Like a sort of goblin-y face. That
Yeah,
sort of,
yeah.
I know who I mean, but without a picture, I suppose I'm struggling a bit. But I could have sworn I was having proper flashbacks. I was like, I'm sure I remember you from something else. Felt like he was guest starring. So.
Guyver's put it in the chat. Karg. Yes.
He's going to watch again tonight. I hope you've already seen it because we are into spoilers now.
Yeah, he said it again. So I think he's seen it already.
I saw Joe's Facebook post. He gave it a 10 out of 10.
Oh.
Hello, Joe.
Hello, Joe.
Yeah, 10 out of 10.
Were there bits I didn't like? The Highlander reference pulled me out of it a little bit.
All right, okay.
Because then all I was thinking about was there can be only one and swords and stuff. And then they played the Queen music later and I was like, I'm very confused now. What film am I watching? I don't know anymore. It's very confusing. It's like, I'm already in a sort of 80s mode. And now you've referenced Highlander for Christ's sake. If Christopher Lambert had appeared, I wouldn't have been surprised. And we get sort of Dolph doing us like an Arnie impression in the gym, sort of, I'm here to teach you how to use a gimmick web manta.
You've taken my spot.
Yes. Good line. He should have been on that Eternia. He should have either been King Rand or King Grayskull.
I mean, I thought that the workplace kind of team building
hello
stuff was stretching it somewhat at times. Yeah. I felt that gag ran a little bit too long.
Yes, it did
somehow.
But that Earth part was that whole thing with him working in HR was meant to be part of his character development, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. Yeah.
So there was a reason for him to go on Earth because he sort of learned some skills there.
Can I just say, working underneath that woman who was in charge of him, I'm not surprised he was depressed at work.
Interesting choice of words. Okay, moving on. Can I just say, not enough Morena Baccarin in it. And too much of her in Hawk mode.
All right, okay.
No, And actually, I didn't think there was that much sorceress full stop. The sorceress was normally more active, I felt. Did the sorceress actually get taken out whilst defending Adam to get him to Earth, and therefore was only available in sort of spiritual form after the fact? Because I'm not sure we ever actually saw her bodily properly again, did we?
No, I think only in the dream sequences.
Yeah,
later on.
And I think Grayskull looked very dormant as well until they went back and put the sword back.
Do you not think, though, that even at the beginning of the film, when you see her, those people who spire up in the eye of Castle Grayskull, they're surprised to see her. So I get the impression that she's not around much at all normally.
Maybe. But then she's sensed a threat then, hasn't she? Because she obviously knew the attack was coming.
She's potentially one of those ethereal beings that's thousands of years old that can only appear very, very briefly.
Maybe, yeah. But I thought she was very good at it. I mean, she didn't have many lines, but I completely bought her as the sorceress.
Yeah. Oh, definitely, yeah.
So I think that was really good casting on their part.
Andrew is saying that you saw her as a falcon. Yeah, that Andy mentioned that you see her as a falcon, but actually as a person, you don't see her very much. No. Here's Merman in it. Blink and you'll miss it in one of the post-credit scenes.
You know what was great? There was so I can say this now because we're in spoiler territory. But the little kid behind me in the cinema was with his sort of whole family, and I think he saw the She-Ra bit, and he got very giddy at that. And he was like, "Oh, mum, who's that? Look, she's got a sword. I turned around and went, sort of, "Huh? That's She-Ra, the Princess of Power." And his mum looked at me like, "What are you on about?" It's like, "I'm old," I said. Spoilers. It's like that would be She-Ra. And I think someone referenced it. It was very clever. They didn't show a lot of her at all, so she can be cast with anyone.
Yeah.
It won't matter if we haven't seen her.
Yeah, that's deliberate, is that?
It's clever. It's very clever. Yeah, I thought that was a smart move on their part.
So, post-credit scenes, going into it, I'd called that there was going to be a I'll get you next time, He-Man. I figured that they would show off Orko as a lead into the next film, and he would be a main character in the next film, much like Tails at the end of the first Sonic movie. And that one of the scenes would be a public service announcement. I was gobsmacked when they turned the Orko scene into a public service announcement. And then I was like, so what's the other one going to be? And I was like, I'd already been thinking that they'd probably leave a She-Ra one for the end of the second film to tail down to a third. So because they'd done those two as one, I was like, well, the only thing they could do then is She-Ra. And literally as I thought that, She-Ra appeared on screen. So I was sat there waiting to the very end of the film for what I knew was coming.
and the thing is, that as soon as I saw Evil Lynn pottering off up the staircase, I thought, that's going to be an end scene. And unfortunately I missed it at the time. But they've done a complete Flash Gordon there, kids.
Yeah.
It's exactly like someone picking up his ring and all we hear is
yeah, exactly, yeah.
And it's like, they've done exactly the same. You've looked better. Yeah, all right. Alas, poor Skeletor, I knew him.
Very well, Andy, and congratulations to you and all of you on managing to achieve such a fantastic total. I'm very proud to be part of it, even if only in a small way. So thank you for inviting me. Well done, guys.
I won nothing.
Excellent. On the She-Ra, I'm glad that they did just that post-credit scene.
Yes, and nothing else.
Just She-Ra exists in this universe. That's it, no more. They didn't make it affect the movie in any way.
No.
And the comparisons to a Marvel movie is, you feel like if this was a Marvel movie, they would have had her as some sort of appearance within the movie to hint that this is where we're going to go in the next movie, and then this, and then this, and and you've got to watch all the movies to follow through. And whereas this felt like a self-contained movie, and then at the end there was just this character also exists, and we may make a movie about that.
Good evening, Patrick. To those of you that are just joining us now, we are discussing spoilers, so if you don't want to be spoiled, don't continue watching.
I feel that I felt bad. I felt poorly for Mossman because he was in it purely so they can make the mulch joke.
I was just going to say, do you mean Mulchman?
Yeah. I feel badly for the bloke.
Yeah. I felt badly for him more to the point that they did exactly the same thing in Revelation. It's like, why is he always the first one to kill off? Do the executives at Mattel, do they not like Mossman? It's like, we don't really know what to do with him. Just kill him off.
Revelations was quite interesting though, because I saw that first series of Revelations, I think.
Yeah.
When and of course Adam calls down the power without the sword. Interesting.
Mossman is MOTU's version of Cliff Jumper. I want the Rock to play him. That's a Prime joke, is that? We don't talk about Kevin Smith. That does not exist, sadly.
With people, I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't like Revelation at all.
No.
Yeah. This did for me, I think, what Revelation was incapable of doing.
Interesting.
I didn't dislike Revelation. I thought it was quite fun in and of itself, but I thought this was better.
Better. Yeah. I mean, we shouldn't really be discussing Revelation, really, but I think for me the problem that they had was Revelation was when they said they were making it and when they were marketing it, they were saying it was a direct continuation of the original series and it would carry the same themes, and it didn't. It just turned into the Teela show. And if they said that they were making a Masters of the Universe show where Teela takes over, you know, the head of the Masters from Prince Adam because he gets killed or whatever, people probably would have been, all right, oh yeah, cool. Because Teela was a much loved character until she turned into the bitch of Revelation.
And having said that, Teela in this movie was a strong warrior female.
She was.
But without emasculating He-Man.
Yeah, without being a bitch.
Yeah.
There was no sense of entitlement to her, which the Revelation one had. You should have told me your secret. I deserve to know it. No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
Yeah, I thought it. I mean, I haven't seen that actress in anything else, but I thought she was very, very good.
There was no
because
no.
She had a lot of time on screen. She was doing a lot of work, you know.
That last punching scene references Thunder Punch He-Man. Ah,
okay. Yeah, I got that.
Fair enough. It was very good. It was very, very good.
I think I would have liked to have seen perhaps a bit more swordplay in the movie. There were a few times where he dropped the sword.
Yeah.
I just went.
I was like, will somebody just pick up the sword of power and run? You know, it's like.
I know he doesn't need the sword. He's strong without the sword, but it's like the sword's a thing. Can we see him use it maybe a little bit more?
Every goal was to pinch the sword of power, and it was lying on the floor in front of the henchman. Grab the bloody sword and leg it. Don't hang around to get beaten up again. Just go with it.
Yeah, they spent 15 years looking for that sword that keeps getting dropped beside them, and they don't think to grab it.
On that very point, I have a theory.
See what you did, though.
Right, sorry, that was an unintentional pun for which I apologise profusely. But yes, I am going to make a point about the sword. I think the sword escaped Adam on purpose. Think about for a moment the growing pains of a teeny tiny child transforming into He-Man. That's not going to be a pleasant experience for him. So I think the sword legged it until he was ready physically to actually deal with the power, and then it allowed itself to be found again.
By that fat dude who just happens to have Prince Adam's number.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's been posting from work on Facebook forums.
Yeah.
Has anyone seen my sword?
Been posting online, and this is a nerd that goes into a toy shop That's called the Fright Zone.
The Fright Zone. That was incredible.
Which is a reference to She-Ra. So yeah. That shop was very good.
It was. How they keep
a whole lot of Mattel merchandise in that shop, wasn't there? From years
and the Thorax statue, which obviously speaks to the origins of He-Man.
In the Filmation cartoon, he never used the sword either because it was too violent for kids. And here he goes in Conan mode.
Yeah, and again, I think the dropping the sword a lot was probably a reference back to the cartoon, but
probably.
Yeah, I would have liked to have seen a bit more.
But also,
there was some.
But he's had no man-at-arms training, don't forget, either. So although he's got all the power, he doesn't have the experience to use it properly at this point. Because
Skeletor calls him out for that, doesn't he?
Does he?
You may have the power, but you don't know how to use it.
And he went, trust me, I know how to use it.
My punches didn't know.
No, it was a good one. I did find it quite funny as well during that Thunder Punch scene that it's now going to be called. Every punch that Skeletor took, his face cartoon morphed into another shape.
Yeah, that was very goofy.
Very goofy. Yeah, very goofy.
You know what took me about sort of 10 seconds towards the end of the film? Well, basically, it's when they're all going sort of, oh, my insides are showing. And they're all doing it, and then I thought, that's really odd, isn't it? And, oh shit, the cartoon did this.
Yeah, the over-the-top belly laughing.
Belly laugh at the end. It's like, oh, that's what they're doing, right?
Even down to the
moment.
Even down to the whole, I've got to go do that thing.
Yeah.
You know? Well, you really not think that we remember that?
Do you think we've all forgotten?
We knew, weren't there?
While I watch it, I'm like, did any of them except Tila actually see him turn into He-Man? And then they went with the joke, and I was like, okay, Gareth, stop it, you're overthinking this.
I had to say, I did have feelings when Cringer finally got the fucking armor on. Because that last bit, it was like, oh, finally, proper Battle Cat, come on!
One thing that I've forgotten that I didn't like about this film, the voice of Cringer. I didn't mind it when he was a cub, and it sounded like a little boy, but then when he was a fully grown tiger, and it was still the sound of that little boy, I was like...
Didn't he do that in the series as well, though? Because wasn't Cringer a wuss like Adam?
It was a wuss, yeah. He was terrified. Yeah. That's why he had the name Cringer. But he didn't sound like a little kid. You know, he had a similar voice to Orko, actually, didn't he?
I didn't really pick up on that, but I guess I can see that. Yeah.
Irritated. That more than anything. It was like a little bit of sand in my eye. That's all it was.
And it's a shame that he didn't power Cringer up with the sword to become Battle Cat when they were riding into Snake Mountain.
Yes.
He just sort of convinced him he was a Battle Cat.
I'd want armor as well if I was about to. Well, in fact, it's great school that we're going into, but even so, I still want armor. Come on.
And we could have finally got the line, couldn't we?
He didn't have the sword. He didn't have the sword. Skeletor had the sword.
Yeah, the sword then, did he?
True. Yes.
Well, he could have done as soon as he got the sword and turned into He-Man. There you go, while you're battling bloody Beastman, there's your armour.
Could have done, yeah. Could have done. But I think we'll get more Battle Cat in the next film.
Yeah, I think they'll say it.
I think it's a shame that we didn't get, after all these years, the line that Cringer was always meant to say in the opening sequence. You know, you're talking about him turning Cringer into Battle Cat as well. We could have finally had him saying, "And I have the power too."
Can I have a bit of the power, please?
Yeah, I would have just liked to have a scene basically where he turned him into Battle Cat.
Yeah, it would have been nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
it would have been nice. MOTU 2.
Perhaps they ran out of effects budget and they just had to sort of show him afterwards. You know?
Yeah, that's what we need to do now. We need to start a new hashtag. Hashtag MOTU2, please.
I think that will look after itself, I suspect. I don't actually know how well it's done, mind you.
It's not doing well.
There's conflicting reports online. It's hard to kind of get a grasp. I've seen some stuff suggesting it's doing quite well, some stuff saying it's bombing. I don't know.
Okay.
At the end of the day, my concern is we got a good movie.
We did.
And if we get another movie later on, there's no guarantee that'll be a good movie.
No.
You know, I'm just glad we've got the movie we've got, and whatever will be, will be.
Okay, casting. What did everyone think to the casting?
Can I just interject briefly on a sort of toyish sort of point? Did He-Man mainly do well in Europe or America?
I think it was massive in the States.
It was massive in the States, was it?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think it was, yeah.
I think it was big everywhere, wasn't it?
It was, yeah,
in
but
its day?
Mattel would not have been cashing in on a line that didn't do well in the States than just did well in Europe. They would have only been interested in what they were doing in their homegrown country.
No, fair enough.
But yeah, what did you all think to the casting then? Because obviously there's been some complaints of race swaps and stuff, but I didn't actually have a problem with that in any of these cases.
The one thing I thought generally the casting was very good. There's one person that I've seen a criticism of was Alison Brie.
Okay.
Which is what I was referring to before the spoilers.
I thought so.
People are saying Alison Brie wasn't that good as Evelyn. I actually thought she did well with the material she was given, but I don't think that she was given the best parts of the script.
Agreed.
I don't think she was well developed. And one thing for me is I thought her costuming, of all the costumes in the movie, was the poorest.
Okay.
I don't feel like she really had the energy and the vibrancy that a lot of the other costumes brought. I thought her kind of all black ensemble was quite bland.
I was getting Disney Evil Queen vibes from her a lot of the time. I felt her orb was a bit meh. I felt like she didn't seem powerful at all. But I think wasn't she quite powerful in the cartoon?
Oh, certainly.
Yes, yeah. She wasn't on Skeletor's level, but yeah, she had quite a lot of power.
Because it seemed like I mean, okay, I don't want to go all woke on us, but it was quite a bloody abusive relationship going on there.
Yes, it was. Yeah.
What's that all about? It was like that seemed pretty.
I've seen a lot of talk about it addressing toxic masculinity, and while I was watching the film, I was looking out for this, and I didn't get any sense of toxic masculinity at all. What I got sense of from that was an abusive relationship. That's not masculinity of any kind. That's just abuse. That could be a man doing it to a woman. It could be a woman doing it to a man, or whatever sex it is. It's just abusive. Is that? It's not masculine at all. So I think they had some confusion there by trying to attribute an abusive relationship as any kind of masculinity.
I get a sense when she. Sorry, go on.
He wants to come in. He's on a bit of a lag, so it's taking a moment. Yeah, do that, Lee, when you want to come in. That's it.
Go on.
Well, he's saying it's abusive later, but is he not supposed to be the bad guy of the film and very, very evil? Therefore, he's going to be a bit of a prick towards his girlfriend.
Yeah, it's a fair point.
So, it's just why people are just looking for silly reasons that I don't get that.
Yeah, no,
it's not like he's going to I'm going to rule the world, but hello, darling, do you want some flowers?
Counterpoint to that, he's an arse to Beastman as well, isn't he?
Yes, he is. Yes, very much so. He's just an arse
to everyone. He's the villain.
He says it. He says it. I'm evil. I'm bad, and I like it. It feels good. He's unapologetic about it.
Yeah, well, I think he's basically saying, this is the 80s. I am actually that bad.
Yeah, is Skeletor being out and out evil not one of his endearing qualities to us as a fan?
And they had that angle, didn't they, where He-Man sort of tried to reason with him and kind of search out a reason for why he was bad, and and he went, "No, I'm a villain."
Yeah.
No, I'm bad because I want to be bad. I'm a dickhead.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's exactly what he should be, and it was. I thought Skeletor was perfect in this.
But it's interesting though, isn't it? Because I mean, I suppose that this is a nod of the heads of the cartoon in a way, but it's like, why did he not just kill the king and queen?
I did wonder that, but it was for the scene at the end, wasn't it?
Exactly.
It was for that.
It was for reasons, basically. It was just in case. Yeah.
Possibly tortured them a little bit as well.
Yeah. What did you think of my sword escaping Adam bit then? Do you think that makes sense? Do you think the sword did it on purpose?
No.
No. I think the sorceress basically said to him, make sure you hold on to the sword, but probably knowing that he wouldn't be able to.
Yes.
But I don't think it's any deeper than that.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I'd agree. I'd agree with that. He needed the bait for the sword, says MOTU Prince. Hello, MOTU Prince.
Yes. Yes, that's a good point. So he would force the prince to return with the sword by virtue of having his parents. Yeah, I buy that.
Yeah. Makes sense, doesn't it? Makes sense. Yeah.
Although the prince would have no way of knowing he was doing that, mind you. But yeah, there'd be the question mark, certainly, wouldn't there? So yeah.
But no. So I'm a huge Queen fan. And weeks and weeks and weeks ago, when we found out that Brian May was going to be involved with the music of this film, straight away my mind went, this could be the greatest movie soundtrack of all time. It could easily be. And although I don't think it actually is, it is bloody brilliant. It's very, very good. And all the way through the film, up to a certain point, I was like, oh, it's a shame Freddie couldn't have been involved with this. And then they start playing Princes of the Universe. And I was just like, he's here! And this lump formed in my throat, and I was like, don't, Gareth, don't. But I was like, he's here! Yeah, I can't believe that they actually did involve him in some small way. It really did take us back to Flash Gordon. Go on.
I didn't understand the coughing bit. Why was that funny? Can someone explain that one to me, please?
Coughing?
They were all like striding along with the stirring music in the background. Then Fisto starts like coughing, and they're all going, I can't breathe, like that.
All the dust in it.
Brought down half the ceiling, hadn't they? So it brought a load of dust. So they started the whole macho hero walk, and then the dust got on their chest, and they started coughing. It was one of those bits of humour that didn't land well.
No, I was just.
It did make me think for a moment of Stinkor.
Oh,
yeah, I thought
and then
some way, yeah. I thought.
Yeah.
Well, I thought it was like a gag reference there being too much dry ice being used, and so they were like choking on the dry ice. You know?
Oh, look at that! Andy's saying Skeletor was superb, and he watched it for the second time tonight and noticed so many more Easter eggs.
I will say my takeaway from having seen it is that I would like to see it again. And I think that's always a positive takeaway, isn't it?
Definitely. MOTU,
It'll be on Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
It's not a perfect film. It's got lots of holes, but overall, pretty awesome. Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Did anyone notice that the Amazon truck took out Beastman at one point?
Yes, I saw someone someone in a comment section online saying, "Oh, they just did the Earth bit so they could get an Amazon truck to run Beastman." Well, no. Like,
funny to.
Yeah.
I took that as another joke because everyone watching it knew that it was an Amazon project, so it fits the sense of humour of the film.
It does, and maybe yes, they wanted to get their bit of product placement in it, but it isn't the whole reason why he's on. Far from it.
It's actually very subtle. It's there, but it's subtle actually.
And it's very Amazon crashing into shit. Very Amazon.
I mean, there'd already been a Coca-Cola product placement before that. So I suppose they had to get all of the product placement in that Earth bit anyway, because they couldn't do it in the rest, could they?
Yeah. But that's all right. Get it out of the way, and we can move on.
Yeah.
It's just a shame they didn't do a money supermarket bit.
I tell you what, if they're really bothered about product placement, don't watch Japanese, Chinese, or Korean, or Thai programming, any Asian programming, because their product placement is mental. To the point where they'll literally spend a scene showing you them opening a bottle with the label facing the camera, and then the whole, I feel so refreshed now before moving on with the story.
I thought it was quite funny when Teela sort of jumped off the bridge and onto the road to keep running, and then I fully expected him to just like sort of face plant onto the tarmac in trying to follow her.
He more or less did.
Yeah. More so, you know.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
Him using the sword was a plot device, so we would skip forward 15 years and get the development to his character. It's simple as that.
Yes, but like I said, I feel like the sorceress knowingly said to him not to drop the sword, aware that he would, because there needed to be a passage of time for him to grow.
Yeah.
Like, it felt authentic to me.
He couldn't have become He-Man as a little boy. This is Master of the Universe. It's not Shazam.
No, exactly.
I feel like there was something that we didn't see, which because he was obsessed with regathering this sword and the importance of this sword. I think at some point he actually took up like fencing lessons or something, but they just didn't show that footage.
Fair enough.
Verily, Skeletor, now I shall fence you to death. Yes.
I look forward to the Masters sequel on Tubi next summer. I hope it does get a sequel. I really do hope it gets a sequel.
There was a bit on the bridge I didn't like when he was in the police car and the car next to him was playing "I've Got the Power." I thought that was brilliant. That song always comes to my head when I hear him say it.
Yeah, no, very, very good.
The use of music was very, very well done at all points. Basically, you've got to hand it to them. It was well placed. Yeah, definitely. Now, what was it that Dolph said? What was it? Sort of peace and good journey or something.
Safe journey. It is safe journey, isn't it? His line.
Yeah. They reference that film a lot.
Is it Good Journey?
Good Journey, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, when I was watching that, and when I saw him turn up, I was like, "It's just some dude at the gym. Oh, it should be Castle. It should be King Grayskull. It should have been King Randall." I was like, "Oh, just some dude at the gym. Is that it?" And then he came out with that line. I was like, "Yes!"
I actually felt like that was the right choice.
Well,
he was He-Man in another movie.
Yes.
We don't need to make him a major character here.
True.
But he gets a little cameo just for a bit of fun.
Yeah,
I'm good.
It was a bit of fun. I actually get the impression that might have been filmed after the rest of the film. It might have been a tag, during reshoots or something that they thought, let's do this.
It could have been.
Well, yeah. It's a bit like Stan Lee appearing in the films, isn't it? Like everyone knows it's Stan Lee and why he's there, but everyone's accepting the fact that it's kind of just part of the film. It's kind of.
I mean, my other half leaned over. Was that the guy in the old film? I was like, yes, it was.
I actually literally explained that to the bloke to my right during the film because he thought it was somebody else or something. And I said, no, it's Dolph Lundgren. He said he was in the first He-Man film. I was like, oh.
And he was educating people, whether they wanted it or not.
Yeah. I'm surprised he didn't get in front of the screen with pointing and going, yeah, that's that bit there, that's that reference.
He had one of those extendable pointers.
Yeah.
General lady. No.
You could do it with the laser points, couldn't you? Right. Well, it's Orko! Hey!
Yeah, all right then. Orko. I knew it was going to be one of those things, but I can't believe they got him to do the public service announcement thing. That was very clever. It means they get to include him as a character in the film, and they don't have to have him interacting with all the other characters and irritating the audience. That's genius.
And where's he been for the past 15 years, pray tell?
Well, he could never get his spells right.
Well, that was a weird figure. He just appeared like he was always in the film. You're supposed to, oh yeah, we all know he is. But I bet there's a ton of people going, and who the fuck is that?
Andy was doing
He just pops into existence. That's it. He wasn't there before. Yeah.
Andy was doing the same thing, explaining to his wife all the way through the film, and he's pretty sure that she loved it.
Well, I took my wife as well. Yes, I have a wife. And she really enjoyed it. And she isn't someone who grew up loving Masters of the Universe like myself. Okay. So I sort of dragged her along. But she at the end, she said to me, "Yeah, I actually really enjoyed that."
I'm curious, what was her response to you touching yourself throughout the film every time that Nick came on
Well,
face when they mentioned
funnily enough, I know I have something of a reputation in this community, but I actually was not touching myself during the movie.
Well done.
Well said, Steve. Well said.
I mean, if he'd been touching anyone else, he would have been kicked out, so it's fine.
I was eating some sweet popcorn, Gareth.
Yes, I apologise. I thought you may have liked the saltier kind.
He mentioned on the Cosmic Council on Wednesday evening, which I've caught up with most of now, that I might have been a fan of salty popcorn. I've asked him to issue a retraction.
Apparently, infrared cameras say otherwise, Dave. Still, you didn't get nicked. Well done.
Maybe it was more like a dead
loin slice.
I can just imagine it now. There's sort of Dave on the screen in front of him, and the word loincloth come up. And Dave turns around to the camera and goes, "I'm touching myself tonight."
Through the loincloth.
Oh, dear.
Now, I'm worried as to what the answer might be to this, Dave, but do you actually own a loincloth?
Well, now that would be telling. Only the ones on my action figures.
The ones on your action figure. They might be a little tight for you.
Good recovery. It's good recovery. Oh, gosh. So, the same point I wanted to make. Adam's a really good artist. Let's yeah.
Good doodles.
Yeah, good doodles. Improved well. I think he was going to art classes rather than fencing classes, to be fair.
I was a little surprised at the end of the film that they brought his roommate through to Eternia.
Did they?
Yeah.
No. Only Adam could see him. Everyone else was looking at why is he up into thin air. I think he was notionally there for Adam. I don't think anyone else could see him. I think. Did anyone else think?
No, I thought he was there.
I think he was there, Andy. Yeah.
Was he? I didn't get that at all. I thought it was a figment.
I think it was just a. I think it was just a case.
It's just like, this is my buddy from Earth, so I've brought him for a visit to prove it's real.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah.
Which is essentially what he said to him, isn't it?
Yeah.
Can't remember the exact
real
line.
question, apparently, is does Lee own a loincloth?
No, Lee transforms into a loincloth.
He transforms into Dave's loincloth.
He's a loin master. Loin masters.
Masters of the groins.
Yeah, Andy agrees. He was actually there. He's seen it twice now as well, so he's got.
Okay, fair enough.
He wanted to prove that he wasn't crazy.
Yeah.
Which would be brilliant if he brought an imaginary person through to prove that he's not crazy. That would be even better.
I thought it was like a meta thing. I don't know. I thought he was imagining, look, I'm not crazy after all, you see. You know?
What did you guys make of the when Skeletor sort of invaded He-Man's mind and they had the dream sequence with Skeletor in his different outfits on Earth?
Great.
That was really weird. I know everyone seems to love that scene, but I wasn't a fan of it.
I immediately thought, this is a great way to sell Gav some more Skeletor figures.
Yeah. Well, they've already put up the one in the suit, haven't they?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's going to be some sort of exclusive, I think.
But I did wonder though if he was actually looking for some sort of trauma or something that he could exploit psychologically to weaken him, and maybe then sort of take advantage of that vulnerability moment. But I may be overthinking it. Maybe it was just for sheer comedy value. I don't know.
I think it was for sheer comedy value.
No, I think it was an attempt to sort of make
was a bit of both, wasn't it?
Adam doubt himself and weaken him in that way.
Blood Clown says he knows Lee is stinking right now. This is someone from Twitch. Hello.
Okay.
Skeletor Jimbro was hilarious the way he kept bitch slapping random blokes. Saw the Skeletor suit, didn't see the cat in the movie. Did I miss it? Cat?
There's a cat that comes with the figure.
Oh, is there now?
Okay.
I don't remember seeing the cat in the movie, actually. Maybe
No,
it was
I don't see a cat in the movie. Could it just be a tongue-in-cheek, here's Panther?
Yeah.
Is it a purple cat by any chance? I don't know, I haven't seen it.
No, we didn't see any sign of him though, did we? No. Okay, random question, because as I'm relatively unfamiliar, but was He-Man too powerful? I ask this because for me, I was getting some serious Superman vibes off him.
No.
Literally nothing was harming him. He was able to stop one of the Roton. Was it Roton? Yeah. With his bare hands and not have any sort of physical reaction to the fact that he just stopped a vastly quick spinning blade.
So
while on top of another aircraft.
He-Man is known as the most powerful man in the universe.
Okay.
Yeah. And there's often been the fan conversation as to who would win in a fight. Would it be He-Man or Superman?
Superman, because Superman can fly and chuck him into space, and then he asphyxiates.
There is that, but if they're on Eternia, which is just happens to be where He-Man lives, he's not getting powered by Earth's sun.
Fair point.
So Superman's got the power of Clark Kent.
Yeah, this is a whole other conversation, isn't it?
If it's not a red sun, it might not depower him immediately.
That'll be in a couple of years when they bring out Superman versus He-Man, the crossover.
Oh God, no! Keep that in the comics.
Yeah, Andy was saying that Andy looked confused because if you watch the Mind Invasion scene again, Skeletor slaps some random guy while leaving the date, then does it again in the office scene. Yes. He's He-Man, Andy. That's what he does.
Yeah, I kind of get that. But those action sequences I did quite like. It was interesting because
he's got pink sky.
It's interesting because he just seems to sort of naturally know what his limits are and aren't as He-Man, even though he's only just become He-Man. That I found quite interesting because he just sort of faces it down and kind of almost instinctively just grabs it, and obviously if for all he knew he could have sliced his hands off. He's only been He-Man like 5 minutes.
It would have been a very long film though if we had to have him learn how to use every one of his powers.
Must you always be so realistic, honestly?
Yeah. You know earlier as well when you mentioned him always wearing the pink suit, the pink outfit, yeah, as Adam. Have you ever seen Smallville?
Yes.
Yeah.
I've observed the Smallville TV series.
Yeah, for 10 seasons, Clark Kent wears nothing but blue and red.
Not all the time. He was evil once.
There was that time when he wore a black T-shirt with a white S on it.
Yeah. But in fairness, Adam does raise the very valid point with Tilo as to does he get his clothes back when he transforms back? Which I thought
indeed he does.
Yeah, well played. Yeah,
Slow motion ass kicking was great fun. It was.
I think the stopping the Rotom with his hands thing was just either he did it or it was going to hit him anyway.
Yeah, it was a reaction, wasn't it? Really.
And also, he feels the power in him, and he's just like, I can do this.
Power!
And as I say, that was an interesting thing for me, see, in the sense that I thought when he transformed, he'd have a more different personality. But I felt like he retained a lot of his personality, more so than I might have thought. So in the cartoons, it was very much, I thought it was more of an alter ego thing. It was more a sort of Clark Kent Superman thing, wasn't it? In the
Yes.
It was, but they were also playing on the whole nobody knows that Prince Adam and He-Man are the same. Where he might be playing on that in this and going forward, but everybody knows.
Yeah.
So they don't need to do that.
In this, he's just himself with power, you know.
Yes, Gareth, his human clothes imitated the outfit we eventually saw him at the end of the film, pink shirt and blue trousers. Yes,
I did like that scene at the end where they got their new outfits and stuff. That was
and
great.
he'd grown his hair out more as well, naturally as well. Did you notice? So his hair was bigger at the end in his in Eternia. Yeah.
Want to know what made him transform back into Adam?
Getting knocked out.
At the end of the film, though, what made him transform back?
Well, I assume he can also take the power back, or he just like requested it go bye-bye or something.
I mean, he may raise.
Yes,
the
he can just do it.
The fucking power no more.
And maybe Scott turns up and goes, "It's getting real sleepy," you know.
I've had enough of this power. Take it back for a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he can just change back by an act of will, really.
Yeah, I would have thought so.
Or maybe it's a case of as he loses consciousness, so when he goes to bed at night, he reverts back to Adam.
I hope he doesn't happen when he's getting excited, because that could be an awkward conversation to have.
So that's why he wears furry pants.
I did like that there was a moment in the movie where he was almost going to kiss Tila.
Mm-hmm.
And then she just went, "Oh, we're such good friends," and then they just moved on from it.
Yeah, and in my head I went, "Red zone."
Yep.
I thought, no.
Right, we've done that. We'll leave that. Move on.
Yeah.
I also liked the scene where it was showing that yes, he is all powerful, but things are, he's not impervious, and he lifts up the ship for her to get something out. And he's like, "Yeah, it is heavy though, so you could hurry up."
I quite like the ship's AI as well.
Yes, yeah. All right. Another thing that I didn't like, and I didn't like it from the trailers, Roboto.
Okay.
I didn't like that they turned it into this great big Baymax-looking character, as opposed to a He-Man shaped character.
Ah.
Yeah. And also it's got a girl's voice. But
it's Kristen Wiig, isn't it?
Yeah, Kristen Wiig, yeah. But as they're explaining that it's a battle bot or whatever, I was like, okay, fair enough. That's the bigger, bulkier size. How they used Roboto was really good. Very, very good.
Yeah, I liked this is a battle bot, but we've taken the powers away and made her a maid. just silly.
It's funny. It's silly, yeah. But then at the end, when they rebuilt, and I knew as soon as they blew it to bits, and you see the head, and he picks it up, I was like, right, he's going to rebuild it, and when he rebuilds it, it's going to look more like the original version.
Yeah, with the see-through chest, the cogs. And then she goes, "Oh, it's a bit revealing."
I forgive you. According to the law, can't he return the power when he doesn't need it? Because
yes,
as he said,
that's what I said.
He has the power, he just doesn't always choose to use it.
Yeah.
Friend zoned.
Exactly what I thought.
Oh my God, Martin! Hello, welcome.
Martin,
aboard.
what are you doing, Martin? You're supposed to be in at the start of all these streams. You're the one guy.
And Martin, more to the point, if you haven't seen the movie, run away.
I probably never will watch the movie.
Oh, he's late because he's been playing with his diecast that he doesn't collect.
Oh, it is, yep. Yes. It's a sign of the times.
Hang on, Lee's raising your hand. Lee's raising your hand. Lee.
Can I go to the toilet?
Oh, go on. You want to go to the toilet?
No. My wife came out with a cracker roll. I took her, and I asked her, "Did you?" Because she said, I'm probably not going to enjoy it. So at the end of it, I went, "Oh, did you like it?" She went, "It was all right. I won't watch it again." But I didn't understand why the cat was the wrong colour. Emma, it's supposed to be green. It's the battle cat.
What colour did she think it was supposed to be?
Well, orange. She thought it was going to be a tiger.
Ah. She thought it was Big Jim. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, she thought it was
understandable.
It's a sign of the time, says Andy, that much like Transformers 1, the new Masters of the Universe movie seems to have split the MOTU fan base. Some love it, some actively think it's the worst thing ever. I've not seen that from the fan base, so to speak. I'm seeing more love for it than hate. I'm seeing a lot of sort of like professional critics not liking it, but
Yeah, I was going to say that.
It's not for them.
The professional critics seem to be split on it. The kind of reviews on review sites from just people watching the movie seem to be pretty divided on it.
Yeah.
Actually, I think people who I'm aware of that grew up with Masters of the Universe, particularly the cartoon, and loved it, generally like this.
Yeah, I think I'm getting that.
Yeah.
I mean, I am hearing people complaining that there's not enough character development, that the special effects are janky, that the acting isn't exactly spot on, the dialogue's very cheesy, and to every single one of them, my question is, this is Masters of the Universe, what did you expect?
Yeah.
To be fair, all four of us have made criticisms of the movie this evening.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean we don't like it.
Yeah, exactly, yes.
But we can point to the bits that we didn't like so much and things we thought could have been done differently.
100%.
But generally, we've walked away from it. We've all said we think 8 out of 10. It's a good movie.
Yeah, I'm surprised that all four of us have given it the same. That's really weird, is that?
I mean, I do think if
it's back up to 88 now. Wow.
But the critics' rating is lower, of course.
There's a really good reason for that, and that's because the critics are like a sort of great big Marvel kind of superhero-esque thing with multiple arcs going on and all that sort of stuff, with a massive Marvel budget behind it. This is like an Amazon Prime movie that happens to hit the cinema, you know? Best one in the world.
Yeah, and I think a lot of critics maybe are looking for something that's more narratively complex.
Yeah,
let's be honest, this is a pretty straightforward.
Yeah, they're looking for Oscar contenders. That's what their job is. Yeah. They're looking for things that's going to perform well at the Oscars. Masters of the Universe is never going to perform well at the Oscars. It's not what it's for.
No, but as Gareth says, it's, you know, it does exactly what it should do as a Masters of the Universe film. It ticks all the boxes there. It's got all the familiar characters. It's got a sort of goofy Adam, and I think the problem it'll have selling it to people who just randomly find it is that initial date scene with Adam,
yeah,
is horrifyingly cringy.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be horrifyingly cringy because it is horrifyingly cringy. We know why, because this is not some deluded bloke. He actually is who he says he is. But it sounds completely outrageous to the rather lovely lady that he's trying to date. Quite why he's trying to date her in that fashion and leading with that as his first life intro story. Please, God, have developed a backstory over the course of 15 years that isn't that. I mean, come on. But of course, that's just saying to us, basically, he can't be anything but excruciatingly honest at all times because he's He-Man. That's what he does. You know, it's so hilariously in character if you know the character of He-Man. If you don't, you're stuffed and you think he's an idiot. So, you know, it's one of those, isn't it? It's like, if you have a modicum of prior knowledge, you're going to be all right with it.
Watch Gerard Leto win an Oscar for Skeletor now.
Like,
what would make that
and then he won't accept it.
Yeah. What would make that even more funny is the fact that he's not happy with the film and what they've done with Skeletor in post-production. He's had nothing to do with the promoting, which is a wise decision on Amazon and Mattel's part, let's face it.
Did everyone not... Did not everyone see the toy adverts at the start of the film?
I don't remember seeing a toy advert.
Right, clearly this is just... I'd eaten too much popcorn already by that point then, but I could swear that there was an old school Mattel style, toy advert for these figures and these toys before the film.
Was that just in your cinema?
No, it was in someone else's cinema that I magically saw, Dave. Yes.
No, I mean as in just yours and not ours.
That's why I'm asking you the question, you banana.
I don't. Yeah. No, that's. I don't.
Andy, that is a
To be
report.
fair, I was
I
late
don't
for
know
the
how
film.
accurate it is, but it has been doing the rounds. Yeah. I don't think anyone's heard anything from him directly about it because
No. But I think they deliberately kept him away from the promotion of the
agree.
film.
I
Yeah.
agree, yeah.
I see. I initially found the Skeletor.
Oh, okay, Andy had adverts for the Kid Focus line at his showing.
There you go.
They weren't at mine.
So that was a Vu. It was a
No,
Vu-
it wasn't part of the movie though, was it?
No, but
It was part of the trailers.
Did Andy go to a 1980s cinema? You want to see how old Andy goes to?
No, there is a very old cinema near me. It wasn't at that one as it
Oh,
happened.
was it not that one? Okay.
It would have been a far more appropriate one, but I know the one you're thinking of as well. Yes, that one.
So is this sort of the very modern targeted advertising? They only put it in specific cinemas.
I don't know. I have no idea. But basically, it was like it was like these figures going, sort of doing this against each other on a sort of landscape that was slightly dusty.
Yeah.
I'm sure it'll be on YouTube already. It's bound to be, isn't it? But it looked like they'd done it in a retro style. Yes, thank you, Lee.
Yeah, cinemas do have one of my local cinemas, the Showcase. There is actually an advert at the beginning of every film to say, if you wish to advertise here, please get in touch. So I would assume that advertisements preceding all films are specific either to a chain or to a specific cinema.
It's possible. Yeah,
I would assume the chain, but
the trailers might be a different matter. That might be tied more to the film.
So I went to see it in a View cinema.
It was Showcase.
So that failed then. Okay. Not to worry.
Come on, Gerard, it's Skeletor time.
The thing with Skeletor for me personally, I seen that clip where he was like doing the sort of "I finished now" bit.
Yes. Yeah.
As his introduction, I was left slightly confused. I was like, I don't understand who you are. Are you supposed to be stupid or funny, or stupid funny, or I'm not quite. I didn't immediately get a feel for how I was supposed to feel about this Skeletor. Again, that I think could have been handled a little bit better because if you understood, I don't think I remember his character that well from the cartoons. I remember sort of the broad brush of the cartoons, but I don't remember exactly how he was in them. I might have read too much into them, knowing me. I probably always did as a kid. I would have taken him too seriously as a kid. So I might not have understood that he was actually a Joshy character sort of thing, sort of as a sort of amusing villain. But maybe that was what they were going for with this one. I don't know.
It's a Showcase that Martin...
Do drugs, kids. That's our PSA.
Well, Skeletor's always been quite goofy. He's always been evil. He's always been quite goofy. I mean, if a really powerful evil person is complaining about bungling boobs, then I don't think he's deadly serious. He is a very goofy type of character. And I think they did play with that. I think it was a different type of goofy that they went down with him to how he is in the cartoon.
Right.
But I also found him in this to be quite petulant. I think that was very much a character trait of his. Like, oh, my son, I want it. Get it for me now.
and it was one of these very, very obvious things. It's like sort of right. So hang on, you've melted the Moss Man, the least powerful hero there possibly, because all he has to do is the power to make you feel slightly damp, and then all the major ones who actually got some serious firepower, you're just going to lock them away.
And none of them are going to try to escape.
It's like, yeah.
Yeah, but it's the fact that none of them ever thought to try and escape.
No, but I love the fact that Adam comes in and says, "Look, the bars are impenetrable. That's just rock." Just a thought. Why don't you just blow the rock up and the bars go? It's like, yes,
An amalgamation of all previous Skeletors, funny and daft and menacing and eloquent. I think he was great. It's a shame that Leto was unhappy with the film. Leto does take things very seriously, doesn't he? I think we're probably going to find out about some mental problems that he has in a few decades' time. And if we do, you heard it here first.
Say,
Called it.
Well, plenty of people have mental health problems and don't behave horribly, so let's not let that be an excuse.
Yeah. He did some terrible things whilst filming Suicide Squad, didn't he?
Yeah, he left rats and that, didn't he?
Yeah, allegedly sending people, cast members, other cast members, colleagues, boxes with his turds in them. It's like, because that's a Joker thing to do, and I'm a method actor. I don't think Joker's ever done that.
Yeah, I must have missed that episode.
Yes.
Breaking news, says Martin.
You can be a method actor, but I think the key word is still actor.
Pretentious arsehole syndrome. That's the one. PAS, yes. And there was something I was just going to say, and it's just gone. Where's it gone?
I'll be sad for them if this doesn't do well.
Yeah, I know. I'm really hoping it does better from word of mouth. You know, so it might not do brilliantly opening weekend, but
the first weekend
and the week after it does as well as, if you know what I mean.
I'd like it to do well because I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But the main thing for me is that we have this movie that we enjoyed that we can rewatch.
Yeah.
If it doesn't do well, we can still watch this movie, and I'm glad that we got that.
No, I agree. It deserves to do well, though, I think. Far inferior films have done incredibly well, and this deserves to do at least as well as those.
And I will be genuinely interested to see whether or not this does drive a sort of a slight. I mean, I don't know if it's enough to do it by itself, but it was interesting because there was a Toy Story 5 trailer on before the film.
So that looks good, actually.
And that's clearly going to be Toy Story 5 versus technology. Basically, it's going to be the original toys versus technology. And I actually think it was so funny that though with He-Man then getting that toy advert that I saw, which apparently no one else did apart from Andy, coming up before the film. I just thought, wouldn't it be lovely if this actually did bring kids back to like action figure based toys, because they've just watched this film and they're all blatantly action figures. And He-Man, and we haven't covered this point, have we? The fact that He-Man uses the names of the toys as his code names for all the people who he saw when he was little, and would have given nicknames to as a matter of logic, because for him the real names were like irrelevant. He just wanted to nickname them something, basically.
Yes. He'd probably seen them in battle or seen them in training and attributed a name to them.
You've got your fisto because you fist people.
I was 10.
That was fun. I do feel like they made that same joke like 3 times though.
They did that
many times.
And then followed it up on the 3rd occasion with Ram Man, give them head. I could have done without that one.
They went most innuendo possible.
He did apologise straight away, though.
He did, but I could have done without that one. And on that one, because we'd already laughed at something, my daughters didn't quite hear what was said on screen, but she then heard everybody else laughing, and she said, "What did he just say?" And I went, "Nothing." She said, "No, what did he just say? It's obviously funny." And I went, "Not yet." Like, this is not something your father can tell you. It's like ask at school on Monday.
It's interesting the point Andy made about Toy Story, because I saw the trailer for Toy Story as well. And Toy Story is playing on the idea, basically, that we've discussed before, that kids don't play with toys anymore. Right? But at the same time, it's trying to sell toys.
Yes.
Yeah. And has a great big toy company sticker right at the start.
Yeah, and the toys are on toy shop shelves and supermarket shelves. Yeah. So yeah, it's just a funny thing.
An arsehole. The Ram Man joke and the Skeletor talking about He-Man and his sword were a little overboard. Yeah, again, that line though, Skeletor holding He-Man up in the office and talking about that magnificent long sword dangling between your glorious thighs. That line broke both of my daughters.
I enjoyed that, I have to say.
Absolute hysterics. And I, as a responsible parent, was trying not to laugh, but couldn't stop myself. It did kind of insinuate, though, that Skeletor might be more camp than we ever thought that he was, and we always thought that he was very camp.
True. All right, guys, I'm just going to need to pop off for a minute. I'll be back.
No problem, no problem. See you in a bit. Lee, you can keep us company for a bit. You've been quiet.
I'm just enjoying the show and all that. Plus, this incident, his hamsters are really lagging tonight. They need to get the move on.
I told you to give him some Red Bull.
They needed more than Red Bull. It's no good, I tell you.
Appreciate that, like definitely. It was written for Dave. I think a lot of this film was made for Dave.
As soon as it actually verbalised loincloth, I was just like, that's just hilarious.
That bit when Tina was getting the box and she's right there and doing, Matt, sorry about your loincloth. Yeah, it's all right. How much did Dave want to be in that position though?
Andy wants to know, are you tired, Lee?
Probably am a little bit, actually. I might be a bit tired.
You're not allowed to be tired. Andy's allowed to be tired.
I know, Andy's allowed to be tired.
I think last I saw Andy in Cosmic Toys, he was saying he'd had about 3 hours of sleep to about sort of 20 hours of broadcasting, which is wasn't a good thing, I felt. But health and safety wise, I felt that was deeply unwise. But anyway.
Yeah, Martin's got a good point here. The He-Man cartoon was camp, but as kids, you probably didn't see it that way. No, you probably didn't notice it as kids, but you try watching it now, and it is very camp. It's almost like it is the pride flag animated. Let's be honest. And if you watch She-Ra, Jesus Christ. Her babies in that with the love hearts on the chest and the porn star moustaches.
Well, the thing is,
2.5 hours rest he had.
Yeah. Sorry. I mean, comics and cartoons though it's always amusing when you go back to them as an adult to see just how much they were actually getting away with at the time, because no other adults were looking at them.
Mm-hmm.
So the teenagers might get some of it, the kids will probably wash over, but the creators, who were possibly inherently subversive just by their nature and enjoyed a piss take, knew that they were on both fertile and safe ground to do whatever the hell they felt like and not get done for it, basically. So I mean, the hilarity of that is that He-Man was obliged to put those PSAs on, I think, because of American regs. And yet at the same time, it's basically, as you say, it's kind of doing a whole sort of pride thing, subtext, which the mainstream media wouldn't pick up on.
Yeah.
So, and they knew damn well what they were doing, because they were creative types. They're bound to. But it was a medium in which they could play because they knew they weren't going to get marmalised for it at the time.
Do you think I'd be right in saying, though, because you mentioned the kids wouldn't realise it, the parents weren't watching, and the teens would have ignored it. Do you think teens were watching cartoons in the 80s? Because I get the impression that once you reached a teenage... I could be entirely wrong, but once you reached a teenage age, or in the 1980s, then you had to stop watching cartoons because you're not a kid anymore and you don't play with toys anymore and you're now becoming a man and it's a kiddie thing to do is playing with toys and watching cartoons.
I think there would have been a clear cut-off point for many kids. I think there was for me, but then... You don't know how many people still had siblings and stuff around, so they might end up having an exclusive
siblings, isn't it?
A Dale Winton cameo would have been epic.
When you're in the supermarket and you hear that beep.
Due to know a line. Actually, probably not. Okay, fair enough. Well, we're nearly 2 hours in. I weren't expecting to be going this long with this one, to be honest with you. I thought it'd been an hour.
Yeah, we've really milked it, haven't we?
Obviously, it did more for us, this film, than what we thought it did.
Well, how did you feel just coming out of the cinema after it? Because I felt properly entertained. I felt happy.
Yeah, I was on a high, to be honest with you. I was on a high. I was happy. I was content. I felt like... I never had any stupid astronomical expectations of the film. I just expected it to give me a good time. And it did. It gave me a really good time. So it met my expectations. I won't say it surpassed them, but it met my expectations very, very comfortably. So yeah, I came out happy.
Well, I was going to say actually that one of the sort of thought processes I'd had coming out of it to mention. I thought it had a lot of slow time pieces in it.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, because there was actually quite... When you stop and think about it, there's quite a lot of conversation. Now, okay, some of it's a little bit silly conversation, and yet it's not full-on actions for the sake of action, being slapstick and all the rest of it. There are actually some conversations happening as well. So pacing-wise, it's not ridiculously frenetic. So if you are a bit older, you don't feel like it's going, oh my god, it's too much. You know, it was actually... I actually thought the pacing of it all was very, very good. I mean, arguably, it could have been a little bit shorter. You know, if you trimmed some of those bits out and stuck more to sort of, you know, the actiony bits. But I actually think they didn't do badly with some of that, you know. So I actually thought the balance of it was quite nicely done. I think some people might accuse it of being too slow, actually. I don't know. That might be
saw one review.
I don't think so.
90 minutes too long.
For me, it wasn't. But this is a very subjective thing, you know.
But I would agree with what you're saying, Andy, really, in the sense that it sort of went between action and then kind of developing characters and narrative and then back into some action. And
well, isn't that what films are meant to do?
Yeah.
Yeah, but some do it better than others. I mean, you know. I mean,
and it wasn't a complex story by any means, but it did what it needed to do, and it did it well.
But Marvel will go like set piece, set piece, set piece, set piece, and it's quite relentless, you know, because they keep it moving fast. But can I just ask, who the hell is that Dion lady?
She is a character that is a member of the Royal Guard in the Masters of the Universe newspaper strips.
Oh, right.
Novel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
And was the
I have
reptile
no idea who you are or why you're a gunslinger, twirly ballet type lady. I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah. But she was cool. And again, that's kind of like an Easter egg for people that are aware of the newspaper story.
Okay, interesting. Was the lizard face guy anyone that we should know?
No, but the pig man was a reference to the '87 movie, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, there were a few bits in there.
That's good to hear. 13 and 16-year-old sons enjoyed it, and they are very much not fans.
Yeah, because the teenagers will get giggled out of the rude jokes as well.
Yeah, that's true.
You know.
But this is the thing: the challenge is getting them to watch it in the first place. Yeah. Like adult fans dragging their kids along and then them actually enjoying it is good. But is there going to be a broader audience?
Yeah, is there going to be any that want to watch it off their own backs?
The streaming figures will be really interesting.
Yes.
Yeah, my kids haven't shown any interest in it whatsoever. In fact, my daughter, the day after I went to see it, she went to the cinema with her friends to see The Amazing Digital Circus.
Yeah, my two did the same.
which is the culmination of a YouTube show, basically.
Yeah, which is not... Well, I don't think it's particularly good, but my two seem to love it.
But, that's...
Yeah.
You like things, and then your kids like their own things.
Have we discussed swearing? No, I don't think we haven't touched on the swearing.
Was there much swearing?
There was a little bit. Yeah.
Why was the swearing a problem?
I don't feel like the swearing was a big thing.
It was a huge thing.
I don't really have much to say about it, to be honest.
Yeah, I think it's just expected now, isn't it?
I won't even pay attention to it, to be honest. I think the only time it jumped out at me is when they was in the ship and she was about to say son of a, and the ship went breach.
Breach.
Which I thought was that was clever.
It was clever, was that?
Then she immediately followed by her saying the word shit, which sort of
Why would an Eternian use shit as a swear word? Just saying.
Well, we get this a lot in movies, though, don't we? They use language because it's relatable to the audience, and it doesn't make sense, but it's for the sake of movie making and connecting with the audience. Yeah.
Also, the point is Adam always using English. How did he know how to speak English when he arrived on Earth?
Well,
he did not make Earth language the Eternian language.
Possibly, yeah.
Has he got a babel fish in his ear?
Could be.
Maybe they've all been for a trip in the TARDIS at some point.
Maybe.
During the Marvel Comics years.
Well, maybe whoever fished him out of the water taught him English. Presumably had some sort of foster parents or something. We don't hear any of that. We just see him with his flatmates.
For the comic book and the animated series.
That is an excellent point. Well made, Dave.
Yeah.
I've already thrown that one up there. Yeah, no, we haven't discussed the swearing, but I don't think it was a huge thing. I think that they've. With some of the jokes that's in there, they've certainly made it, although it's kid-friendly, it's not necessarily a kid's film. In fact, while I was at work watching your live stream yesterday, was it yesterday? What day are we on?
Sunday. Yesterday.
Yeah. And I was discussing it with people in the shop. I kept telling them that this wasn't necessarily made for kids and it's not made for adults. This film is made for the child inside you. The child that grew up watching them, that's now grown up to be an adult.
That feels like you're doing a public service announcement. This film was made for the child inside you.
And make sure you never return the favour and don't put yourself inside a child.
Steady on. I mean, correct, but you didn't have to say it.
So there were no F-bombs, but there was some swearing which some people might have been surprised by. Personally, I think it's fine as modern movies use that language. Dave is right about modern movies.
Yeah, and on a point of order, Captain America swore in the first Captain America film. Later calls out Iron Man for doing it, when in fact he frequently does it himself anyway.
Yep.
So hypocritical.
Maybe it's actually Eternian, and we're all descendants from Eternia, or some other nonsense. Adult jokes.
Yeah, so the film's what, a 12A? So.
Yeah, 12A.
Yeah.
Eternia's the heart of the universe, so it's going to know all the languages.
It's a kind of magic, Lee, you might say.
Please don't let that become my nickname. And on that bombshell. Yeah, I think this is a good time to end it. We're near enough at the 2-hour point. So if there's anything anyone wants to say, get it out now, Lee.
And remember, have the child, you have the indulgence for your inner child, but do not return the favour. Until we meet again. Or something along them lines.
Oh, bless.
Oh dear. Well, it's been fun following your channel, Gareth, I have to say.
It's only the baby channel. It's fine.
I'm doing it wrong, aren't I? It's.
That's how we should finish, actually. We should all just be doing that as it fades to black.
Well, thank you.
War will return.
Thank you all for watching. Thank you guys for joining me on this. It's been fun. It's been fun.
Mate.
Maybe not quite as fun as Masters of the Universe was, but it's been fun reliving it with you.
Do our best.
Martin does say, for what little he caught, it's been great stuff. And with that, I think we're about to go. So, does anyone want to point anything out that they've got coming up before we go?
I'm off to my next AA appointment.
We're just gonna let's all go play with our toys.
Yes, tomorrow we'll be looking at a far more sensible superhero, Batman.
Oh, you've got a Batman video coming up, have you, Andy?
And some much smaller heroes as well. Well, heroes, if you like.
Okay.
Yes, I am planning to read the novelisation of the movie.
Oh, really?
But you can't watch me doing that. I'm going to do that in private.
Read it out loud and do an audio book on YouTube.
No, so for you, Toy Me Toy, you did breathe He-Man.
Well, given my primitive reading skills, that could be a 24-hour live stream of its own.
And bloody hell, you don't want me to read it. We're here all day on the first bloody page. You know,
He-Man, the audio book.
Dave says excellent stuff. And thank you again.
Dave.
No problem, mate. No problem.
You read it out, and I'll act it out with the figures.
Wait.
How about no?
Oh no.
This is getting goofier than the film was. Good night, everyone. Thanks for being here. Take care, and we'll catch you.
Bye.
Today, Hill or Marine? Yes, sir! Han Solo, you're a dead man.
Wilford! Is Wilford you want, Mummy?
Now, you all know what high regard we hold this scumbag.
Am I too late to wish you a happy birthday?
How come nobody's ever tried to be a superhero?
Listen to me! Something terrible is gonna happen!
I'm afraid it already has, sir.
You're in here to work. And if you're not working, I don't need you.